What's up, everybody? It's your boy Bill here for another classic review, and today I'm going to talk about on the another series from Scooby-Doo. Its ninth incarnation. What's new, Scooby-Doo? It first premiered back in September 14th of 2002 until it ended in July 21st of 2006. With only 3 seasons and reruns, this show I remember liking. There are some episodes I do like and some no. And plus with his animation style, they use his animation style up to some of their movies as well. Until Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated changed that, which hell yeah. And yeah, before we begin, did you subscribe? Did you hit the bell? If so, well, time to listen to some Canadian rock music because they're playing What's New, Scooby-Doo. If you're into that, well, that's you. Me, I'm always the classics. So yeah, What's New, Scooby-Doo was produced by Warner Bros. Animation for Kids WB as the ninth incarnation of the Scooby-Doo franchise that began with Scooby-Doo Where, as well as the Scooby-Doo series a decade ago. And since A Pup Named Scooby-Doo ended in 1991, and this is the first since the foreclosure of Hanna-Barbera Studios and the passing of William Hanna back in 2001. The show follows the format of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? In which Scooby-Doo and his companions Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shaggy travel in varying locations, solve mysteries. This format is modernized for What's New, Scooby-Doo, in which the characters utilize technology that did not exist at the time of Scooby-Doo Where Are You? When it first aired. It's the first television series in the franchise in which Frank Welker, Greg Delisle, and Mindy Cohn respectively portrayed the voices of Scooby, Daphne, and Velma, and where Cassie Kasem made his comeback as Shaggy after 5 years of not voicing the character. This would also be the final Scooby-Doo series where Cassie Kasem voices the character before his retirement in 2013 and his passing in 2014. Though he would still have voice worked in 2 following incarnations, Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue and Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. The show premiered back in September 14th of 2002, ran for 3 seasons before ending in July 21st, 2006. The title song was performed by Canadian band Simple Plan. Reruns of the series aired in both Cartoon Network from 2003 to 2016 and on Boomerang from 2006 until 2020 in the US. It also aired in Teletoon in Canada, the CWBC in the UK, then CITV. In 2019, the show made into Netflix on stream Netflix in the US. In 2021, the rights were turned over to HBO Max. Pity, another show lost from Netflix. Damn. So yeah, as you know, the production of for this incarnation of the franchise, Frank Welker, the voice of Fred, took over as the voice of Scooby, replacing Don Messick, the original voice of Scooby-Doo, which he passed away in 1997, and Scott Innes, the second voice of the character, who in the made-for-video films released between 1998 and 2001, Cassie Kasem returned as Shaggy, making his comeback as the character in 2002 after the production team decided to make Shaggy a vegetarian. Actually, to tell you the truth, I don't know if Shaggy. I see Shaggy was eating pizza and mostly meat, like pepperoni, other stuff. Are you sure he was a vegetarian? I don't remember him eating anything salad based from his appetite. Yeah, this will also be the final series. Chasm voiced the character, continued to voice Shaggy and direct the video Scooby-Doo films until retiring in 2009. Greg Delisle returned as the role of Daphne, having previously voiced the character on Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Actress Mindy Kahn took over for B.J. Ward as the role of Velma. The series is a modernized version of the original Where Are You series. It takes place in the 21st century and is more realistic than the previous, more cartoony incarnation. Yeah, no laugh track included. You know what I'm talking about. Features music from contemporary genres and all new original sound effects to replace the classic Hanna-Barbera sound effects. Even a distinctive thunderclap sound that was used frequently in the older Scooby-Doo TV series was very rarely used on the series. A laugh track was the only used for the Halloween special. The classic formula was frequently parodied throughout in a manner similar to a puppet named Scooby-Doo, including the line, "And I would have gone away with it, too, if you weren't you million kids." As such, it returned to the formatic version of humans in monster disguises, rather than real monsters and ghosts prior to the 4 direct-to-video films, or the 1980s versions to precede them. You know which one? The Booth Brothers, Ghoul School, Rock the Werewolf, Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, Alien Invaders, and Cyber Chase. The show was produced by Warner Bros. Animation, successors to Warner Bros. Cartoons, which was the studio famous for bringing the Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies to life, which has by this time absorbed Hanna-Barbera Productions in 2001, after being bought by Time Warner from Turner Broadcasting System since their merger in October 10th of 1996, as it the standard for other classic Hanna-Barbera properties like Yogi Bear, The Flintstones, Wacky Races, The Jetsons, etc. The studio is still credited as copyright owner, and Joseph Barbera, the co-founder and co-chairman of Hanna-Barbera Studios, served as executive producer alongside Sandra Schwartz. William Hanna, longtime partner of Barbera, had died a year before. Wang Film Productions, Dongwoo Animation Co. Limited, and Loto Animation contributed some of the animation for the series. It is the first Scooby-Doo series to be produced in 16:9 widescreen, although it was cropped to 4:3 when broadcast. The band's Simple Plan is strongly connected to What's New Scooby-Doo. They performed the theme song written by Rich Dickerson and appeared as themselves in the episode Simple Plan and the Invisible Madman. Oh yeah, I remember that episode. They were on a bus, some invisible man took over the bus and flipped the damn bus and they were stuck under the snow. One of them was their face stuck on the door like he was stuck like a popsicle. It was actually Gibby and his crew who wants to be the next big thing, but instead, Fred made a joke they're going to play the Jailhouse Rock now. I remember that episode. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention about Gibby. The geeky nerd who's obsessed with Velma. Oh. Now we have 2 people obsessed with her. Him and the little fat kid from Mr. Incorporated, as mom framed Scooby for the crime of terrorizing the people with a cyborg dog. I forgot about that. That'll be interesting for next review. But continuing, 2 of their songs appeared in the chase scene. I Do Anything in the episode It's Mean, It's Green, It's the Mystery Machine. Oh yeah, when somebody managed to hijack the Mystery Machine to make it more like a haunted car. Be possessed by a famous musician who used to own the Mystery Machine. And You Don't Mean Anything in Simple Plan and the Invisible Madman, which also had the song Worst Day Ever serve as the song the band played during a scene where they practice and a scene where they are in a concert. Also, they contributed the theatrical movie Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed. Each season included one holiday-themed special, along with 13 regular episodes. The first season special was a Scooby-Doo Christmas in 2022, followed by a Scooby-Doo Halloween in 2003, and a Scooby-Doo Valentine in 2005. What's New aired on 3 seasons on the WB television network Kids WB programming block as a half-hour program before putting it on indefinite hiatus in 2005. Although the last episode, E-Scream, was aired on Cartoon Network. Reruns have been shown on both Cartoon Network and its sister channel, Boomerang. It also debuted on Boomerang and Cartoon Network in the UK and Ireland. In the UK, it aired on CWBC from September 2003 to November of 2015. And aired on CITV on 2016. Since the 9th of July of 2021, What's New Scooby-Doo aired reruns on Cartoon Network in the UK. Common Sense Media gave the series a 3 out of 5 stars, writing, "Parents need to know that while there are many life lessons to be learned from an episode of this show, kids will enjoy the antics of Scooby Gang as they stumble upon. Only a very young children might find the show puzzled and monsters frightening." Oh boy. Warhome Video has released the entire series in DVD Region 1. The series was initially released in 10 volumes of 4 or 5 episodes between 2003 and 2006, as well as United Kingdom from 2004 to 2006, and later re-released in the United States in the season sets of 2007 and 2008. In the UK, volumes were released in 2 discs, set back in May 30th of 2011, as the box set were released on October 29th of 2007 in the UK, containing all 10 volumes in a complete disc volume. And boy, this one had like a good popularity. There's some good episodes here. Oh, Scooby-Doo. Oh, What's New Scooby-Doo? I think there's the one when they're in the, the Mystery Machine one. That was a good one. And you have, I think it's when they're visiting New Orleans. I forgot the name of the episode. Let me check. But yeah, it was when they were visiting New Orleans on Mardi Gras, and they've been caught into a mystery of two twins, brothers, one who was joining the North while the other joining the South. Which, holy shit. And they keep fighting even after death. Which is actually pretty funny. I like the ending. It's actually pretty funny because it's when after they solve the mystery, it's actually the tour bus guy who's trying to trick everybody. And when Scooby's about to say Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo, and they hear ooh from the cemetery, and Scooby's like, Scooby-Dooby-Doo? Oh no. That's a cliffhanger, like, well, there's something. And I like that one. I think the name of the episode, I gotta check. But yeah, there's also the one with when they visit Pompeii, they see the ghost of the famous gladiator roaming the streets of Pompeii. Which, okay, I'm always a sucker with ghosts, especially in historical places like, like in New Orleans. There's one in Pompeii. Which, what was the name of the episode? I'm trying to remember. Pompeii and the circumstances where they visit Pompeii, the gang finds an ancient zombie gladiator who appears to be responsible for the illegally dumping waste on Mount Vesuvius, which the villain is the zombie gladiator and the ghost of Emperor Caesar Saladius, Ugo de Randall, and Captain Guzman. Which, it turns out, they're not dumping waste, they're actually dumping historical artifacts into the volcano so they can build more hotels in their business. The first zombies gladiator was actually portrayed by the corporate owner, while Captain Guzman is just a partner, which turns out they're dumping the historical artifacts into the volcano, which is a problem because they accidentally knocked out the only person who knows how to control a machine, which controls the temperature of the volcano, which the volcano starts to allow about to explode, which they didn't notice when they were eating at Italian restaurants. That's when they noticed the smoke coming out of Vesuvius, and when the waiter says he's supposed to be, dormiendo, sleeping. Which, yes, you imagine Vesuvius blowing up again. Hell no. I like it when they take famous historic locations, especially Mount Vesuvius. Oh, there was another one. The Halloween special, a Scooby-Doo Halloween, which this has to be one of my favorites because this is two that made this is a certain band that made their appearance twice. People, stand before you. Kiss! Hell yeah! This is when Velma and the gang visits Velma's family and for Halloween in Banning Junction, which of course goes to Scarecrow's trying to ruin the festival, which of course the town brought the gang, the famous band Kiss, to perform, and the song they performed during when they're getting chased by the Scarecrow is Rock and Roll All Night? I think it was Rock and Roll, I think. I don't know, Stutter or Rock and Roll? Damn, I think it was Stutter. Strutter. I don't know, Strutter or Rock and Roll? Or Shout It Out Loud. I think it was Shout It Out Loud, Strutter, or Rock and Roll. But still, come on. And the other episode was from season 1 was San Francisco, which of course another famous location. The infamous prison, Alcatraz. Which tells the story of a escape, because of an escapee called San Francisco, who tried to escape the prison but ate by sharks. Which is actually pretty funny because Alcatraz is actually haunted by many famous spirits called Al Capone, the Birdman of Alcatraz, even the famous legend of what the natives said called Alcatraz, Evil Island. Hey. I want to find out for sure. I like it when they put famous locations in Scooby-Doo. What's in Scooby-Doo? Only historic with ghosts. Nothing cheesy. Another one is called Fright House of a Lighthouse, which, of course, involves an infamous ghost of a lighthouse keeper who wreaks havoc, causing ships to sink every time he turns off the lighthouse. The creepy keeper. And also, another one, the skeleton crew of the Dauntless. They fated ship that struck the rock when the keeper turned off the light until he fell to his death when a tree branch smashed through the lighthouse tower and sent him down to the tower below to his death. Oh boy. I do love a good ghost story. But yeah, there's some that I like and some I dislike. But people ask me, Melvin, what was your favorite one? Of course, you brought the Hex Girls. Oh, they came back in the vampire episode when they were performing in a castle. Which, how about vampires? Well, they turned out the two were twins. And this is one episode featuring... Okay. What's the Scooby? They featured another certain character. I forgot her name. She's a dog with pups called the Secret Six. They appeared twice. One in the dog show when they made their debut, and the second called Gold Paw, which, of course, at Fort Knox. I'm not joking. Fort Knox, the most infamous, most highly guarded prison. No, military base where the gold bullions are. That Fort Knox. Which, damn. There were other episodes, but yeah. I'm trying to remember what was the episode. Well, there were others, Like oh yeah, there was the diamonds are a ghoul's best friend, where when the gang heads for Russia to see the U.S. hockey team against the Russian team for the Emperor Cup until they encounter the ghost of a former Russian hockey player, which is the other good story that he was disqualified until he was killed by wolves. And they had like shenanigans until they had Shaggy and Scooby sneak into hide in the tomb of Vladimir Lenin's tomb. And the two dum-dums, actually, I don't know how the fuck they got inside the glass coffin. They were like, it's a coast clear. They turn the match on. They're right inside his coffin, right there, and they freak out. No shit, you idiots. You're next to a corpse. A well-preserved corpse. That's actually made me laugh. Of course, you know about that. There have been other good episodes, but I'm trying to remember what was the... They also revisited the recipe for disaster. That was episode 10 of season 2. I think it was season 2? Yeah, it was season 2 where... This is a parody of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, except this is... I forgot the name of the guy who owns the Scooby Snack Factory. Mr. Bailey and the Scooby Factory. I think that's what it should be called like that. That's a new name for you. The Scooby Snack Factory. Oh yeah, the episode I was talking about the Hex Girls is called The Vampire Strikes Back. Wow. You really have to call that. Now like Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Wah, wah. I know, and the episode was called Big Appetite in Little Tokyo, where Abdurrahman wins a contest for Best Inventor. The gang travels to Tokyo, Japan, where it's somehow... Okay, before this, there was a mysterious, mythical person telling the inventor that if he builds his factory here, he'll be cursed. Which, of course, he came back, cursed a pizza with Shaggy eats. And every night, Shaggy turns to a Godzilla-like kaiju. But turns out, it wasn't him all the time, but the freakier part is, no one's responsible for... One of them, the balance say he's responsible for the monster, but not the ghost. I mean, that ghost was real. Which, of course... oh boy. I did not know that. But yeah. There are a lot of episodes here. I'm trying to remember what was the damn New Orleans one. Well, let's keep talking, shall we? There are other good episodes, including the one where Daphne, the gang goes to Paris to visit Daphne's cousin, who's winning Model of the Year, where we got a gargoyle abducting her. Where it turns out, it was just her boyfriend because, face it, who is getting tired of modeling all the time? Agree or disagree? But yeah. I'm trying to remember the episode of the New Orleans one. Because that was a good episode. Either that or somebody just kaput. Any ideas? But yeah. Oh yeah, that was also when they visit Antarctica. There's a little penguin that Shaggy's been taking care of from when he worked at the zoo. Which is actually pretty funny. To see Shaggy taking care of a penguin. But anyway, there are a lot of other songs, but hey. Okay, there's one I have to compare out. There's one called High Tech House of Horror. Which, Jeeves is actually, the main villain is actually the house itself. Yeah. Calling the songs, which, example, the one from Big Appetite in Little Tokyo is performed by the song called Uri, none other than the girl Puffy Amiyumi, the ones who did the theme song for Teen Titans. The OG one. to keep you guys okay. But yeah. They always call Lights Camera Mayhem, which, of course, the game visits a studio in Hollywood where they're trying to remake a teen spy film called Spy Me River, only to be surprised by the faceless fan believing the ghost of the original film's leading star, who died in a fire during its premiere. What turns out is he's not even dead. He's still alive. And the culprit is actually the producer because he actually hates it. He just wants to ruin it so he can get from his own way. But he doesn't get arrested. I wouldn't blame him. I do agree with him. Who hates shitty remakes? Some good and some not good. But yeah, there have been a lot of good episodes. And not just, I think the bad Simple Plan are not the only ones. You got like the voice actors from, from the Hex Girls doing the song, including the famed group Papayami Yumi doing the song for in Big Appetite Little Japan. Little Tokyo, I think? Ah, crap. But yeah. Let's Do Scooby-Doo is an interesting one. I tell you what. It has a good place in nostalgia after the years. I gotta remember what was the episode because I'm looking. There's only 3 seasons and it's not easy, Really, 3 seasons? You can't remember one episode? Hey, it's been a long time. We expect. As for other ones, like its predecessors, like Mr. Cobra and the other one from Boomerang. Get it? What's the name of that one? Shit, it's their newer version of Boomerang, which is pretty weird. And you know what I'm talking about. But yeah. There's been a lot of good episodes lately. But you tell me. Let me check. I'm trying to remember the damn episode. Big Scare and the Big Easy. Say what? Am I that dumb? Let me see. I'm that fucking stupid. Right under my nose. The episode I was talking about, the one in New Orleans, is called The Big Scare and the Big Easy. Which, of course, the gang stays in a house that stayed next to a graveyard during Mardi Gras. Spring break. What? Folks, tell me that people who live in... I have fans who live in New Orleans, so... Tell me, do you guys celebrate Mardi Gras and spring break? I don't think so, guys. I know Mardi Gras seats around January or February. Spring break's in April. Till May. So you tell me, is this true or false? If it's false, well, I don't know where they got the idea of... I think the massive... Where they got the idea of Mardi Gras and spring break? I don't know. I've been to Mardi Gras. I had some fun. Even visited the famed cemeteries there, which I adore. They look similar to the ones we have in Puerto Rico. Of course, we have above ground, but not like the cemeteries from New Orleans over there. Oh boy, you'll hear a bunch of famous ghost stories there. Hell yeah, and I will enjoy it with a nice hot chocolate or a good root beer, or a good popcorn. Because hey, I enjoy listening to good ghost stories, and hey, I seen the episode from Haunted History, Haunted New Orleans, which, hey, it's pretty good. And I'm going to do a review on that series, Haunted History, the OG one, because it's very hard to find some of the full episodes of Haunted History, the whole series, because I don't know why they never released the episodes. I ever know there's a channel on YouTube called DocSpot with DOC capital SPOT, which has a all bunch of documentaries that are way interesting. You have categorized from horror, history. There's also a series hosted by, I forgot the name of the actor who plays. He's returning as Sala for the new Indiana Jones film. That guy has a series called Archaeology, which that show was awesome. I like the theme song of Archaeology. And there were some episodes based on ghosts. You got one of Gettysburg, including some that dealt serious topics like racism and that. Those were good episodes. I was even lucky to download some of the videos before. I think YouTube was the one that gave the axe to that channel, because I find that bullshit. Because first of all, if they read the fine print in the bottom, he was not even. I don't know who owned the channel, either he or she, but they're not even monetizing those videos. That's only for educational purpose. Which, hey, that's a good idea, because you're finding documentaries from that time period, like from the 90s and the early 2000s, not that easy to find on the channel. You find a little bit on Daily Motion or other channels, but they're not very hard. But back to Scooby-Doo, which of course again stayed in New Orleans, which of course derives the two spirits of sewer ghosts in react to the duel every night. Of course, turns out to be the ghost of the Leland brothers, played by Crawdad Mike and his bus driver, just to scare him off. Which, the song Man with the Hex is actually by the band The Atomic Fireballs. I like the ending because if I repeat it once, I'll repeat it twice. It's when they're celebrating, enjoying Mardi Gras. When Scooby's about to say his famous catchphrase, Scooby-Doo, he goes to say Scooby-Dooby, ooh. And Scooby's like, hmm? And looks back at the same time, what the fuck was that? Damn, okay, that was actually pretty funny. That actually scared the shit out of me. Like, the fuck? Like I said before, I'm a sucker for ghosts, especially if it's in the famous haunted cemetery. Hell yeah. So yeah, I think that'll be it for today. And I think tomorrow, I'll be talking about my thoughts on the most famous iconic one of all, Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, which I'll be talking about that tomorrow. But before I leave, remember to subscribe, hit the bell, like this video if you're new to the channel, and we're planning to get 1 million views. Oh, my bad. 1 million subscribers by I think it was our 10th anniversary, because we're doing our 10th anniversary on here on YouTube from 2013 to 2023. It'll be big. And also April, if you're viewers from Puerto Rico, I'll be at Puerto Rico Comic Con at Artist Alley on April, selling some merch, including my custom art. So yeah, drop by when Comic Con starts in April. Until then, see you later, people. Peace out.